Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2024 Hyundai Tucson and its 8-speaker Bose sound system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, and speaker locations. Then I'm going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on this system, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. I'm going to record a members-only sound test tomorrow night with tracks requested specifically by Daily Motor members. So if you want to see that, help support the channel, and have a little fun, perhaps check the link below. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Not really too much changing since this model was refreshed, but it's nice getting back into a car that I haven't driven in a little while because I forget how good some of these cars are. You review them and you're like, oh yeah, this thing's really good. And then you move on to the hot new thing for the next model year, and then the next model year. But 2024 model here, I'm sure a lot of any bugs that were out there with the Tucson have been ironed out, and I've been enjoying my time with the car. Maybe a few little caveats. So if you do want to see those, check the link below. We got the full review. We're going to run a fuel economy test. We're going to have a night drive, day drive, all that good stuff. Everything will be linked below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality binaural microphones from Roland in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with sound setting set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. A little bit of a smaller infotainment screen here in the Tucson, but I've been enjoying how quickly it reacts. We're in the media screen now, but I'm going to go over to setup and then sound. And then we're greeted at first with two different sound options for the Bose sound system. We've got dynamic speed compensation, monitors the vehicle speed and automatically adjusts aspects of the music to ensure a consistent listening experience. I'm going to test with this off because I want to hear the raw recording. I want to be as close to the natural recording as possible, and I'll adjust my volume as we get going faster. But you might want to have that on for your day-to-day driving. And then startup volume limit. This is really nice if you're jamming out to music in the evening and then you come home, shut the car off with your music blasting. You don't want to get back in to drive to work in the morning and have that music blasting at you at the same level. So that keeps the startup volume limit down. I like having that. For position, we've got front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. Nothing crazy there. Then we make it down to tone. We have adjustments for treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those. Got enough adjustability there to fine-tune the music for your preferences. No 5 or 9 band equalizer, but not too surprising here at this price point. However, it is a bit surprising not to see a toggle for Bose center point in this model. Not the end of the world, I suppose. And that's it for audio adjustments. For audio controls here in the Tucson, one consternation I have with the vehicle, no volume knob. You've got these volume buttons, and you can see how long it takes for me to quickly adjust the volume. So say you're getting a phone call or all of a sudden your baby starts crying. It's going to take a second or two to get that sound off. You can, however, hit this power button, shuts the audio off right away, but you can't just turn it down quickly and easily. Fortunately, you have a nice volume rocker on the left side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you've got physical controls here on the steering wheel next to the volume where they belong, and physical controls right here that you can tap to change to the next track. I should also note that more basic versions of the Tucson will have a volume knob. For audio inputs here in the Tucson, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. Make sure we got support. Yep, HD radio support for FM. How about AM? Yes, HD radio support for AM as well. We've got Bluetooth streaming. Let's get back to our USB. We've got Bluetooth streaming, USB-A port, and support for wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. What does that mean you're missing? Well, very importantly, you don't have any sort of wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto support in these upper tier models. I do know that's something that Hyundai is looking to rectify. And if you're someone who does purchase one of these vehicles, I highly recommend picking up a wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto adapter, because you do have wireless charging in this car. If you simply plug in an adapter, which is what we did with our Ford Maverick, then you can still get wireless support. I'll have a link below for one of them you can pick up. We reviewed a few a year ago, and there's definitely one that I held on to. I'm not sure if I have it in my bag or not, though. And you've got no USB Type-C either, so you gotta rock with a normal USB-A cord, and no sort of streaming services built in. No Spotify or Apple Music or anything like that built into the car, and no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. Speaker locations. As I said, this is an 8-speaker system. Starting at the bottom left, you've got a door, kind of mid-ranger woofer there, 1, tweeter 2, center mid-range 3, 4, 5 over on the other side. Coming into the back, you've got mid-rangers 6 and 7 in the doors. And if we pop open the cargo area, we'll see our subwoofer on the side here, making 8. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's hit the road. if Hyundai and Bose have made some improvements to the system over the couple of years that the Tucson's been out, because while I'm not hearing the largest dynamic range and instrumentation in these songs, what I'm getting is a satisfying sound system for this price point. And because of that subwoofer back there, I'm getting a good amount of power, and nothing's really falling on its face. Nothing's coming through too harsh. This is pretty darn decent tuning. I'm going to be curious for this next track how the bass is going to come through with that subwoofer back there. Okay, that's pretty full. So we are getting some dropping out there, but I am getting a little bit of mirror shakeage. It's not as rumbly as you're going to really want from like a big heavy hitting subwoofer, but for most music that sounds pretty good. Wrapping up my thoughts on the 8-speaker Bose system here in the Hyundai Tucson. It's not a perfect sound system, don't get me wrong. It is bright. We especially heard that in that most recent track there. You're getting a lot of treble, kind of mid-range coming through here. And part of that is because we really don't have much of a mid-range, like a strong mid-range speaker in the doors or anything like that. It's not a 7-speaker setup here. But again, for this price point, this type of vehicle, I was expecting a little bit lower of just kind of a, okay, like it falls on its face once you really crank it up, but it's fine. No, this is decently satisfying, and I've listened to a good amount of music throughout the week, different types of tracks, and I've enjoyed listening to it. And that's the most important thing to me at an upgraded sound system at this price point is, can you turn your music up and enjoy it? So for that reason, it's getting a B. I think it's smart for them to throw a subwoofer in the back, and then nothing's coming through too harsh or too oddly mixed. I would like to see a little bit more mid-range to make the system a little more dynamic, but again, 39 grand, not the end of the world. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the system, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.